Namaste, so family. So, I don't know, the topics, I guess, they're just rolling in. Oh, so, sibling rivalry. I want to touch on that. That's something that's very serious. Yeah, I've come across a lot of that. A lot of people have come across my path, whose path I've crossed, who's, their path and mine has, somewhat overlapped at some point in our lives, do also, like myself, experience, sibling rivalry. This is something that is true. It really exists. It's something that is a call for concern. I think, with a lot of things going on in society, it's because people refuse to deal with certain issues. People, there's so much facades, so much illusions, so much deception. People just putting up a front all the time, most of the time, all the time. People just, they rather deal with seemingly light matters like other people's business, because that's easier for them to handle as it's not theirs, rather than to, delve into, the deeply rooted concerns of their own lives, such as being plotted against people they claim to be related to. And all of these people who I've come across, there always existed some form of sibling rivalry. And it came to my spirit because I went inside and I saw my son watching my story animated again. He's fascinated with that YouTube channel. He's, learned a lot. He was telling me, well, I actually overheard him listening to this particular story, watching the video of this girl who was so obsessed. There were more than one stories of sibling rivalry. But this specific one, there's this one where in which this girl, she was really obsessed with her, obsessed with her sister to the point that it drove her crazy. And the obsession, it actually turned into something really manic and psychotic and hateful. And a lot of that exists today. And a lot of times you find yourself in relationships and you constantly have issues with your partners. I did a video about this way down on my Instagram, way down, in which I was transmuting some messages that came to me from spirit. A lot of times you would, when you really, analyze certain situations, endings, and, relationships coming to an end, you'd find that a sibling was behind it. A sibling who wants to be in your shoes. A sibling who idolizes you so much, is so obsessed with you, to the point in which that sibling, tries to take everything that you seemingly admire or desire, because they wish to be you and they wish to, wear your face, in other words. And I've seen this many times. Okay, I've seen this many times where in which, I'm not going to speak on specific situations, but I've seen this many times. You have a lot of people, their lives are even, destroyed, completely obliterated by jealous siblings, and sometimes these siblings are of the opposite sex. They don't have to be of the same sex as you. Okay? Because sometimes it's just that, oh, you are more confident to just be out there on the streets doing what you want, and nobody is breathing down on you to be a certain way, and they envy you because of that, because they feel like they have to, put on a show for everyone. They feel like they gotta wear a mask, they gotta please mommy, they gotta please daddy, they gotta please grandma, they gotta please grandpa, and they just feel so trapped and bounded. Capricorn frequency. The bloodlines, the families, the reputations, and that makes them miserable and hateful. That's a very horrible aspect of Capricorn when you are vibrating low in that frequency. But every frequency has good aspects as well as bad aspects. It all depends on how you vibrate or levitate in that frequency. Okay? And then you've got siblings of the same sex who they destroy every relationship you get in. Because, maybe they hate themselves and they see you as beautiful. They see you as, seemingly being, more attractive, I should say, to, people of the opposite sex. Okay? So let's say, for example, you're a female, you're a woman. Okay, you're confident. You're not timid to, put yourself out there, and therefore you receive, whatever you put out there. Okay, you're confident, and you love yourself, and so you receive praise because you love yourself. And it's just pretty much, if someone notices me, fine, but I'm not going to work for their attention. And, a lot of people, they don't understand that because, they live too much in the matrix, in the loop, being so repetitive, in which they gotta, do things for other people, or, to get a rise out of other people. And, it's not to get a rise out of themselves. It's not to, it's not to satisfy themselves in any way, shape, or form. And, it all, when we, get to the meat of the matter and the root of the whole situation, it's them, lacking self-love. And the more they hate on you is the more they hate themselves. And the only way for them to start loving themselves is to stop hating on you. But they don't understand that cycle of yin and yang, giving and receiving. Okay? It's like, you gotta give praise to receive praise. You gotta put yourself out there to be noticed. You hide from the world. How do you expect to be noticed? You feel what I'm trying to say? And so, you have, especially like celebrities. We see that playing out with Britney Spears and Jamie Lynn Spears. Yeah. Well, it's so obvious, Jamie Lynn, she wants to be Britney Spears. She wished she had her life, her career. She was receiving the attention, the adoration from, Britney's fans. Because she wished she was Britney, and she wished she had her life. And so she pretty much was in cahoots with others against Britney to destroy her, kill her mentally, kill her, her passion, just to destroy her so that she could be her, sing her songs, dress like her, bleach her hair like her. It's just so pathetic, and you have a lot of that taking place. Where in which you're the star celebrity, and you have, you're the star sibling, and you got, a sibling who isn't the star. They're not the star, but they want to receive more attention than you are. You're putting out way more work. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting in the work. People are leeching off of your energy because you're performing. They're pulling your energy. You're receiving theirs. And, at the same time, you have, siblings out there, they expect to receive the same praise as you do, and they're not putting themselves out there. You feel what I'm trying to say? They're not putting themselves out there for scrutiny, to be discriminated against. They're not, but because they're timid, they're fearless, they're fearful, I should say, very fearful. They're not courageous and bold, to take the stage, And there's a lot of this going on, and you find that a lot of you really get to the root of the matter, you would realize that a lot of your relationships ended because of a jealous sibling. You probably did not know that sibling was envious of you, whether they're of the same sex or not. But then again, that's why you got to think and understand. A lot of times relationships end and people are so proud and they think that, a business, I need a gal, I need a boy, and they just on to the next one, and they never try to understand what really happened, and then the same thing happens again, because you never solve the problem, you never solve the previous problem. It's like, what I said, because, it came to me that, a particular ex of mine, that same sibling overseas that I said, the same sibling that I mentioned that's overseas. If you go on my Sky Goddess Infinity, not Sky Goddess Infinity Inc, Sky Goddess Infinity Instagram, you would see a song that I posted, a collaboration that he and I did. It wasn't even mixed. Ice Queen. White Line, that's the name of the song. And she was adamant on me to send her a copy of that song because she wanted to do black magic on the song. She wanted to hinder the blossoming of my music career, but I'm a woman of many gifts. And the more you try to kill me is the more I resurrect and become better than I ever was. And so my haters, they keep making me fly as hell. You feel what I'm trying to say? Their hate is making me great. And so that guy, I mentioned that, he took an opportunity to go overseas. She was the one who gave him that opportunity. To dump me and to go overseas. And I remember, even before I was fully knowledgeable in the occult, I remember giving him a reading. I remember as though it was yesterday, sitting on that bed, giving him a reading, cartomancy style. And I saw where in which he was going to abandon me and go overseas with another woman. A woman was paying him, to leave me to go overseas. And, Spirit revealed it to me intuitively. She's married. But, like I said, we're in that day and age where in which people are so pathetic, or in which the more they have, the more they want. They don't think back with a grateful heart like, I'm coming from nothing, here I am, I'm grateful. They always look for more. And like I said, the whole sibling rivalry thing, you've got, siblings want to be like you, and she's not the only one. There, the others too. She's not the only one. Yeah. Each of them taking turns to, end, relationships that, I was a part of. And it was a blessing for me because none of them men meant me well, and all of them men, they have AIDS today. Well, I'm gonna not say AIDS, but I'm gonna say HIV. All of my exes